Welcome to your daily focus for February the 1st, 2018. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly. And thank you. Thank you truly for all the positive, loving, supportive energy that you send my way each and every day. Now let's see what the energy is going to be that surrounds us as we turn to the cards for our knowledge, our wisdom, our window into our energy, so we can go forward in a positive manner. Look at this. We have the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles in the very first position. We are feeling, oh, we could be feeling, our own self-confidence, or our everything, we can almost see like everything's going to work out okay, even if we don't know all the details. This is peace of mind. This is your yes card. This is the question that you have been asking the Magician, because now we have moved out of the Magician energy, but not quite. February the 1st, so the 1st is still the Magician. What does your great abundance look like? Karma. Karma comes into play. It says, do you deserve it? Of course you do. Okay, by the way. Do you feel it? Do you know it? And look at the card, okay? Because we just came off of a full moon eclipse. So where is life going to change for you? Where are you allowing doors to close in your life? And where are you expecting, or have the expectation of, new doors opening for you going forward? And the Fool card. Wow. Okay. New beginnings, new paths, new starts. If you thought this was going to be an easy day, it's not. So obviously we're moving still into that full moon energy. Okay, and so you'll have to go back really and watch the full moon video, because it was lengthy, wasn't it, guys? But I start rambling, and that's all there is to it. And I wanted to give you a little bit more because I wasn't splitting up the videos. So, and my health is good. I didn't need to put a little scare out there, but thank you for all the positive and beautiful energy and prayers that you sent my way. I am feeling a lot better, so thank you. But it's a flu bug. It's going around. If you lived in the area, you go, oh, you got that too, because it is like a 3-week adventure for yourself. It's, you just think you're over it and you're feeling better, and you have a day or two where you're really back in the groove, and then you just go right back down again. So it hits you in waves, and it can be up to a month. So. You just got to bear with it, right? And do all the natural, smart remedies out there. So let's get back to this, though, that we have the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is our abundance, our happiness, our joy, our feeling of self-worth, of confidence, our inner strength, our talents, our abilities, and making the most out of everything. So there's wisdom to be tapped into here. There's new birth and celebration of new birth. There's relationships forming and growing deeper and stronger. The castle sits in the background. The beautiful mansion. Peanut sits up front guarding us all. So this is, this is the day where you look at your goal, your dream of what you can do. And yes, you need to be practical about it. I was reading an article about, how to grow your happiness. Because according to the study, excuse me, according to the study, we only end up like a couple percent to just happier when we pass as when we were children. But there's things that we can do to raise our happiness by 10%, 20%, 30%. And number one on the list was exercise. Get out there and start doing something. Okay, it gets your body moving. It tells all your neurons in your body to start pumping the blood and moving the oxygen. And it releases all kinds of chemicals that keep your stress down, keep your heart rate normal, level out your blood sugar, and just feeling better. The second thing on the list was keeping a daily gratitude journal. So, of course, I agree with the list. And they suggested that you write just even once a week, a couple of things that happened during your week that, and raising your gratitude level does raise your happiness level. And when you raise your happiness level, you raise your energy, you raise your vibration, you raise your optimism. So, doubling your money, that's going to take some time, but feeling happy, we can do two very good things for ourselves right now to start. And you're not going to probably feel this overwhelming surge come in the very next day. It is going to take a little bit of time. But do it for a couple of weeks. See what happens. Get out for that 5-minute walk or that 10-minute walk. Write down one thing that you are grateful for each day and read it upon going to sleep at night. When you can fill yourself up with gratitude too, do you know you fall asleep faster? So by doing that as your very last thing before you go to sleep will actually bring in enhanced sleep. You'll get more sleep. So what is already available to you for abundance? And I'm thinking it's more about the inner you, the creative you, the um, inventive you. And maybe you are inventing new solutions to old problems. Or maybe you are actually inventing something that's never been thought of before. Maybe you are creating something. You have a special talent. Maybe you love to clean. Maybe you love to decorate. Maybe you love to listen. Maybe you love to talk. Maybe you, whatever. What can you give of yourself? Be of service to. This is the yes card. So we need to meditate or reflect or pray on our happily ever after, of what it entails, of what it looks like, and how we're going to get there by using our own things that we are already grateful for in our lives. And maybe we're overlooking them. Maybe it's people in our lives that we are overlooking that play a critical role in our futures. Karma. What goes around comes around. Have you been working hard? Is it time to start working hard? What are the things that you are walking away from? Closing doors on? Allowing completion? Maybe it's inner healing in order to step forward. And we're not stepping forward at this point in time. We are looking at the forward motion. The high priestess is one that wants silent contemplation to look within, to see the magic that's already inside of you, and that is February. That is the February energy. Tomorrow will be 2-2. So, but then we have the Fool. Talk about strong cards, huh? The Fool is the new beginnings that we'll be stepping into, the new starts. We're dressed and ready to go. We're packed very lightly. We don't want anything weighing us down, so which is why it's so important right now to understand. And the Karma card right after the Ten of Pentacles can also symbolize what things are standing in our way. what things are, and I think a week ago or so we started talking about this anchor that was weighing us down. And then Varush uh, Tarot came out and just said something to me, and it was like the Five of Wands card that was appearing on a regular basis. I think it showed up in our full moon reading as well. Of maybe we were just following somebody else's agenda so long we didn't even realize that it wasn't our own agenda anymore. We are waking up to that now. And so, what does our abundance look like now? Our life forward, our path forward, what we want to stand for, what we want to represent. So we don't want any extra baggage. And the Fool ends up being the 22nd card in the tarot deck, okay? So what happens is once we go through the major arcana, we begin again a new elevated path with more wisdom, more inner, higher wisdom, more of a connection with our intuition. Lessons behind us, lessons learned, wisdom gained. So we're excited. Even the dog's kind of excited there. He's running. So we got a lot of animals here too. So maybe, you're wanting to start helping with animals at a rescue or something, or be a dog walker, or start your own horse therapy for special needs children, or it's endless, really. It's endless of what you can do, what you can start, what you can begin. If you know that somebody said, oh, I got a puppy, and how wonderful is it to wake up to unconditional love every morning? And maybe that's what we are grateful for, being able to wake up to that unconditional love every morning and being a part of it and co-creating it. Let's get an affirmation card. And I was just thinking, February is a 2, plus 1 plus 11 is 14, which adds up to a 5, and that's the adventurer in us. And the Fool shows up, going on the adventure. And then we have temptation here, which is the 15. Where's our book? Way over here yet. Temptation. Look at that card. Temptation. Opened up just prior to it, too. Attachment. The material world is my playground, but I need to be careful not to be attached to the outcome. This is a warning to me to watch for excess and to know what's not healthy for me. When this card shows up, it is a sign that I am focused on the material realm and need to be aware of any excess or addictive behavior, my own or that of others. So, very much as we go forward here, right? So maybe this is too much of a representation of our material world, because the material is really in the background here. That's where the mansion lies. The people, the relationships, the partnerships, the associations with each other, the connection with each other is so much more vitally important to us. And let's say you love to crochet. And you go, well, I don't know how I'm going to get there. Well, you don't need to know how you're going to get there. All you have to do is say, I'm going to start crocheting little hats for the preemies in the hospital. And all of a sudden, the opportunity will appear to you. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but it will appear. And that brings in a joy and a happiness, because you are using your gift to bring happiness and joy and warmth and security into a life of another. And don't say everybody can crochet, because they can't. I'm left-handed. I cannot crochet, knit. I can, but the pattern's backwards. The material world is my playground, but I need to be careful not to be attached to the outcomes. This is a warning for me to watch the axis. So what don't I really need when it comes to this picture? It's probably the background, right? When we feel love, when we feel safe, when we feel secure with each other, that's when we start laughing together and finding joy together. When this card shows up, it's a sign I'm focused on the material, and I need to be aware of any excess or addictive behavior, mine or somebody else's. I heard my cat, but I think my cat is just at the door on the other side. My new shadow. I can't go very far without the cat wondering where I've gone off to and goes in search of me, which is not very cat-like at all. Oh, look at who fell out. I kid you not. New beginnings. So we have the Fool, and we have new beginnings with our Robin. Cleansing, newness, grateful, promise, and new birth. You cannot climb a mountain if you will not risk a fall. Robin tells you that it's now time to pull yourself from the sludge of the past, wipe yourself clean, mend the wounds and the scratches that occurred during the journey. Your angels and guides will be on hand to help. It is a great day to offer your gratitude for what you do have, and for knowing that you won't be let down if you ask, believe, and expect that changes can occur in your life. Yes, there is an everything happens for a reason thinking, even during painful experiences, but loss always evolves into a gain of some kind. Have you ever experienced a passing only to hear an announcement of a pregnancy or a birth? Or broken up with someone to start dating someone so much more compatible for you that you wondered what you saw in the past person? Death of situations always evolves into the promise of birth and new beginnings, if you can see the clouds of despair. Putting blankets over the situation and blinding yourself can cause you now to see through the heartache. Emotion is truly energy emotion, and since everything is energy, money, love, work, etc., the universe feels the vibration changing in your thoughts, and it can change it into a wonderful things if you allow it to do so. So do your journal. Do your gratitude journal every day. One line, okay? Grab an old scrap piece of paper, turn an old envelope over, and write, I am grateful for. Write one thing down and go to sleep. Read it out, go to sleep. Next night, write another thing, scribble another thing under there. I bet you're going to start going to the mailbox looking for junk mail just so you have more envelopes to write on, because the list is going to get so long. And when you start saying those things, you automatically move yourself into a more optimistic, happier state of mind. You start to see your value, your worth, and what you can do, and how you can make a difference, where you can be a successful leader and a successful follower. Robins always come back to the same place each springtime. It's nature's way. Robin may be telling you that you need to review your childhood, to see what you may have stored away deep within your soul, to see if there is forgiveness that needs to take place, or maybe you need to look up an old childhood friend. So it's a very strong day, isn't it? It's a strong day to, yes, this is your yes card, no doubt about it. But what are we grateful for? What do we truly want into our lives? And we don't want to just throw things in just because it sounds better. We want to really ask for what is tangible going forward. We're either going to complete some things in order to move forward, or we'll be completing things to move forward because of the energy of the lunar eclipse that we just had. And are we ready? Are we prepared? What is needed to be let go of? Because we have the Fool and New Beginnings both sitting here, ready to go forward, bag packed, ready for the adventure, ready for the excitement, ready to find the joy. New beginnings. Now watch the temptations, especially of excesses, things that don't work for you, bad habits that you need to release. Pay attention to those things, because I think there's a little extra energy right now, giving us the strength, the willpower, the determination to erase those bad habits, to remove them from our life, and to start new habits that move us forward. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.